Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and it is that time of the month again. It is Halloween, so I decided today I would be showing you guys my horror movie DVD and Blu-ray collection. If you're wondering, if you can hear noise on this side, it is because I have the window open. You know what? I don't want this phone. I'm throwing it out the window. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna do that. Anyways, here it is. Here's my whole collection. And I don't know where to start. There's a lot, but I'm going to start here. So first up is Child's Play. This movie traumatized me as a kid. I hated it. Well, it didn't really traumatize me. I was just, deathly afraid of Chucky. Always. I love this cover. I love it. Next up is Child's Play 2. I don't remember that much about this movie, so I don't remember who was better than the first one. Child's Play 3. A lot of people say this is the worst Chucky movie, but from what I've seen, it is far from bad, in my opinion, personally. I don't know if it's a little blurry for you guys. Let me just find something to... You know what, I'm actually going to clean the camera. And while I do, I want to say thank you guys so much for absolutely destroying the views on my last video where I unboxed Child's Play 2 and El Camino. That video has over 500 views, and I'm very thankful for that. And then there is Carrie with the original with John Travolta and Sissy Spacek. This is back then when John had long hair. Pretty good. I can't remember much about the movie, but I will watch it sometime this month. Christine. This is a movie I saw on Netflix with my dad, and it was really... I don't remember much about it, though. Like, a lot of these movies I seen years ago. Don't remember much about them. Excuse me. Cabin in the Woods. The Cabin in the Woods. Don't know. Haven't seen it yet. Got it years ago. Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho, the original 1960 version. Yes, the all-time classic. And then the sequels, Psycho 2, Psycho 3, and Psycho 4, the beginning in this triple feature pack. And then the 1999 original. Not original, the remake. A lot of people say this one is worse than the original, which, they may have a point, because as you know, most horror movie remakes do not hit the mark that the original movie did. We're going to go back here with The Evil Dead. I love the Evil Dead franchise. This is the original. The awesome original. It's amazing. The Evil Dead 2. I love this one more than the original. It is so amazing. It's hilarious. It's funny. It's gory. It's everything. Army of Darkness. This is when they just full-on delve into comedy. They delved into comedy, horror comedy. It's a really funny movie. It's really goofy. It's all over the place. The Evil Dead 2010 remake. No, 2013. That's what I said in the last video. I was like, oh, this movie came out in 2010. No, it didn't, guys. It came out in 2013. I'm very sorry. The Evil Dead remake, which is when they went back to the original gory and scary atmosphere of the original. I haven't seen it, but I've seen the trailer and clips of it, and it looks really good. Speaking of not very good, Doom, the 2005 movie. Man, as you all know, I love Doom. You guys, go to my channel. I love Doom. This movie is, man. It's not really a Doom movie in my opinion. It's more like just a generic, like the first person shooter scene. That scene is awesome, as everyone says. Don't be mistaken, that is a good scene, but the rest of the movie is really not worth watching. Doom Annihilation. I don't even remember anything about this movie. Saw it years ago. Not years ago, like 2020. A lot of people say this is super terrible. This movie was a direct-to-DVD movie, so that gives you an idea of how much this movie, sucked. 28 Days Later, my favorite zombie movie of all time. Well, yeah, my favorite zombie movie of all time. I got a lot, but This one is my favorite because it's just so, it's terrifying. It's terrifying. It has a good atmosphere. One thing people lack, one thing people don't really mention about this movie too often is the soundtrack. This movie has one of the most calming and one of the most foreboding soundtracks I've ever heard in my life. It's an absolute amazing movie, so if you haven't seen it, you should get it. They got it at Walmart right now. They had it at my local Walmart for like $3.25, so that's awesome. They also had this for $3.25, 28 weeks later, but I didn't get these at Walmart. I got these years ago, back in like 2018. I was getting into movies back then. 28 weeks later, this is the sequel. It's a pretty good sequel, you know. It's not as good as the original, of course, but it's not bad either, you know. If you want a good horror movie sequel, watch that one. Can't wait for 28 months later, too, if they're even ever going to make it, because it's been years. I Spit on Your Grave, not the original, the remake. This is the 2010 remake. It's really gory, it's really graphic. What they say there, if you can handle it, see it. You know, if you can handle the movie, watch it. You know, it's pretty gnarly. It's a lot to take in. Let me just move this over here so that it doesn't disrupt me. And we're going on here. American Psycho. I saw this movie recently, and I was at the perfect age to see it because it's really good. You know, Christian Bale's performance is one of the best I've ever seen in horror movies. You know, most horror movies don't have that good of actors. But he did it well. He did it well. The Blair Witch Project. I haven't seen this one in a while, but from what I can remember, it's really good. All right, guys, I'm actually going to sit down because this is a very uncomfortable position to be in. All right, and we're back. I've moved everything closer to me. I'm sitting down now. It's awesome. It's epic. Next up is The Invisible Man, the remake. The 2020 remake. Sorry if you can see me shaking. I'm just like, this hand is getting tired, you know. It's pretty good. It's a remake of the 1930s movie. I haven't seen the original. I saw that one like last year, and it was pretty good. And this is the 5-film collection of the Conjuring universe. It includes The Nun, Annabelle, The Conjuring. Well, in order: The Conjuring, Annabelle, Conjuring 2, Annabelle Creation, and The Nun. Really good. The Conjuring movies aren't exactly masterpieces in horror. They're pretty you know. I mean, I like Annabelle. I like Annabelle Creation. I don't remember much about Conjuring 1, 2, and 3 or The Nun. I do remember about Conjuring 3, and we're going to get to that in just a second. Annabelle Comes Home. This is the worst one in my opinion. This one is laughably bad, especially the werewolf scene. Where I've told many people that werewolf looks like it came out of the Goosebumps movie. It absolutely looks like it came from a kid's horror movie. Not a good one, too. Conjuring 3, The Devil Made Me Do It. It was okay. You know, it was mid. It's, you know, for what it's worth, it's fine. You know, it's fine. Color Out of Space with Nicolas Cage. Very, very abstract, very strange. You know what? I'm actually giving spoilers as to what movies are coming up next, so I don't want to do that, so I'm just going to cover that up. I'm not a good YouTuber. What the hell am I doing? I'm a very funny person, aren't I? Yeah, Color Out of Space with Nicolas Cage. It's pretty good. Awesome, amazing, epic. Beetlejuice. This is one of the first movies I ever bought at Walmart, actually. So, you know, holds a lot of sentimental value. 20th Anniversary Deluxe Edition. And it actually includes... this is very rare. It includes a music-only audio track with just the music and 3 episodes from the animated series Beetlejuice. So, whoa. Check that out. Look. This is me discovering my camera for the first time. I can do zoom-ins. But yeah, that's how you'll read the text. I'll just whoop, and then you'll read it. But yeah. It's very rare for DVDs to do that. It's very rare for them to include a music-only track. There's a lot of movies that I wish had a music-only feature, but they don't. So, you know, that sucks. Brightburn. I haven't seen this one, but I know that it is, I think it's about this kid who hits his head. Spoilers for people who haven't seen it. I think it's about a kid who hits his head, and it awakens some kind of power in him, which is very similar to a movie that we'll get to later on. Now we're going to move on to this pile right here, Don't Breathe. I unboxed this movie on the channel, and it's made by Sam Raimi from the creators of Evil Dead, and it's pretty good. I like the cover. I like the cover of it. It looks really nice, and the fact that it was made by Sam Raimi really entices me to watch it, you know. Gretel and Hansel. This is a blind buy at Walmart, as I think I told you the time I unboxed it. I haven't seen it yet, but it does have Beverly from It. I can't remember her name right now. Sophia Lillis. Sophia Lillis. Amazing actress. I love her. Here's a double pack of The Shining and Doctor Sleep. See, funny thing is, back then when Doctor Sleep was a new movie, I looked everywhere to get this movie, but I could not find it until I found this double feature pack for like 20 or 15 bucks. I can't remember when, but I'm like, you know what? I will probably never come across this movie ever again, so I might as well buy it. Guess what? Now it's at the Walmart $5 bin. So you can imagine how I feel about that. It's fine. I haven't even seen it, so you know. Firestarter. I unboxed this movie on the channel as well. This is the collector's edition. For some reason now, Universal is naming their DVDs collector's editions. I don't know what's up with that. So, yeah. It's very epic. Zombieland. Yeah, I haven't... Sorry, it's just that somebody's messaging me. It's actually my co-producer of the channel. He's messaging me, asking me if he can make the thumbnail for this video. And yeah, I'll let him do that. Zombieland, I haven't seen this movie, but I saw a little bit of it. I saw the beginning of the movie, and it looks epic, you know. I'll watch it, for sure. I don't know if I'll watch it this year, but I don't know. The Ascent. This is another blind buy, and I don't know, I'm kind of mixed. I started watching the movie, and then I stopped because it was like, it's kind of boring. I'm very tired right now, guys, so if you're wondering why I sound so tired, that is why. I am actually tired. Alien, the 1979, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 1979. This particular DVD was released in 2014. It's a very scary movie. It's an atmospheric type horror movie where like the horror comes in where you're at, which is in space. Aliens, except it's not aliens, because when I bought it, I forgot to check inside, and there's actually no disc in it. So you know, that's funny. It's actually not, because you know, what the hell. That's why you always check inside. Alien 3. This one actually has the disc inside, but I won't be watching it until I get a replacement for Alien 2. Or Aliens. Whatever you want to call it. The Thing. One of my favorite horror movies of all time. It's so perfect. This movie is absolutely incredible. It's such a masterpiece. You know, John Carpenter. I haven't seen much from him, but this is my favorite work of John Carpenter. You know, it's just amazing. God. Malignant. Remember a while ago when I was talking about Brightburn and how I said it was very similar to another movie? This is it. Spoiler alert. If you don't want to hear about this, I'll put the time of when you can skip. So basically, what this movie is about is this woman who has an abusive husband, and he basically bashes her head into the wall and awakens this demonic spirit inside of her. Yeah, this movie came after Malignant. I mean, this movie came after Brightburn. Brightburn came out in like 2019. This movie came out in 2021. So, yeah, kinda not really original. Well, I mean that's the only similarity it has. You know, somebody gets whacked upside the head, and then something inside them awakens after that. You know, that, that happens in real life too. You whack someone upside the head and something does awaken in them, an aneurysm. Misery. I haven't seen this movie, but it looks awesome. I will see it one day. It's another Stephen King based movie, so those are always fun, aren't they? Men. I unboxed this movie on the channel. It's a black Blu-ray, which is honestly very, very pleasing. I don't see that many black Blu-rays. Yeah, I haven't seen it. I think I already said that. I don't know. But yeah, it looks pretty good. I've heard a lot of people say the movie's bad, so I will be the judge of that. Little Monsters. This is like a horror comedy, so whatever you wanna, I don't know if you consider this a horror movie, but it's a horror comedy, it's meh. It's mid. The Curse of La Llorona. This is from the Conjuring universe. So, I forgot to include with the other Conjurings. This movie is not that good. It's not that good. Even though it is based on a Mexican folklore, which I've always wanted to see made into a movie, this movie was, it's not that good. I actually prefer the other Conjuring movies over that. And even then, the Conjuring movies aren't really my favorites. The Lodge. This was a blind buy years ago. I've heard a lot. I was really excited to see this movie, but then I started hearing a lot of people say how this movie was bad, how it was the worst horror movie of 2019, and yeah, there you go. The Lighthouse. This was a movie I've wanted to see for so long. I still haven't seen it though, so that goes to show how efficient I am when it comes to doing things that I've been wanting to do for years. But yeah, this movie. A lot of people like the movie. A lot of people love it, actually. I really want to see it, so I will see it when I can. I'm very busy. Killer Clowns from Outer Space, one of my favorite horror movies again. This is like a horror comedy, so I guess you could say it's one of my favorite horror comedies. This movie has been with me since I was a kid, since I was like in 20... Like, a lot of movies have been with me since I was a kid, like in 2016 and all that. Yeah, it's epic. It's epic. We're gonna put this over here. The Silence of the Lambs. Pretty awesome movie. I love Anthony Hopkins. He's one of my favorite actors of all time. I was about to say director. Has he directed anything? I feel like anything he would direct would be amazing. But yeah, that is Silence of the Lambs. I'm kind of going to speed this up here because I don't want this video to be too ungodly long. Hannibal. I can't remember much about this movie. I saw it with my dad years ago, and it was pretty good. Pretty good. Although I don't remember much. Hannibal Rising. I also saw this movie with my dad, and it's pretty much the backstory to Hannibal Lecter. It was a bit strange, admittedly, but, it's passable. The Fly. This movie is pretty good. No, I'm just kidding. I keep saying that because I kind of black out. As I said, I'm pretty tired right now, so don't expect me to give some amazingly coherent review of these films. But yeah, this is look how many special features this thing has. This is insane. Focus. This is honestly amazing. It's a remake of an original movie from... Why am I opening it? It's a remake from the original movie from like 1950 something. I don't remember, 1960. I don't remember when exactly it was made. But it's one of the few remakes that's actually better than the original. The Thing is actually a remake of an original movie called The Thing from Outer Space, and that remake is better than The Thing from Outer Space. So, good horror remakes can be done. And here we have Escape Room. I remember my friend telling me about this movie. He was like, yo, this movie's awesome. And then Escape Room Tournament was coming out, and he's like, yo, I'm so excited to see that movie. And I'm like, oh, I guess I should see the original before I see that one. Haven't even seen that one. Haven't even seen the original, so, As I said before, it goes to show how efficient I am when it comes to doing things I want to do. When they say scary AF, they're trying to cater towards the newer generation. Don't do that. It makes everybody want to die. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake from 2003. Pretty good. I don't remember much about it. I do remember it being pretty violent at the end, though. And I think one of the scenes, one of the sets from that movie seems very, very familiar to the set in Saw 3. And I'm kind of wondering, did they, since those movies were made, they weren't made around the same time, but because the first Saw movie came out in 2004. Saw 3 came out in like 2006. But they were 3 years apart, so I'm wondering, did they use the exact same set from Texas Chainsaw for Saw 3? I don't know, maybe. Final Destination trilogy. This one includes Final Destination 1, 2, and 3. I saw the first one. I haven't seen the second one yet, but the airplane scene from the first movie, though, whew, that is scary. The Final Destination. I've only seen the first one, so I haven't even seen that one. Get Out. This is made by Jordan Peele. I remember when this movie came out, and people were raving over this movie. They were saying, "Oh, this movie's a game changer. This movie does everything right." And I haven't seen it, but I do believe so. I do believe that this movie probably did a lot of stuff right. It looks very interesting. It tackles like racism and stuff like that, which is a very risky thing to do, especially nowadays. So yeah, good job, Jordan Peele. Stephen King's Pet Sematary, the original movie based on the book. This movie is really sad to me, especially at the end. If you've seen the movie, you know why I'm saying that the movie is sad. Pet Sematary 2019 remake? Is it? Yeah, 2019 remake. I saw this one. It's very forgettable. I don't remember much about this movie. The only thing I do remember, though, is that they play an episode with SpongeBob during one scene of the movie, so that's epic. Moving on to the next pile. A Quiet Place. When this movie came out, people were raving and, going nuts about this one as well. They were talking about how it was the scariest movie of the year, how it was very revolutionary. I don't think so, honestly. I feel like an idea like this has been done before. Yeah. Very nice. Quiet Place Part 2. They set this movie up at the end in a way that it seems like it's going to be a film trilogy. Quiet Place 1, 2, 3. I don't know. Maybe the third one will be good. The second one, this one, it was good. I might have to rewatch them again, though to say for sure whether or not I like this one or the first one more. But this one, from what I can remember, was pretty good. Paranormal Activity. One of the first horror movies I ever saw when I was a little kid. Scared the hell out of me. Now it's actually still pretty unnerving at times. Not everything in these movies are scary. Paranormal Activity 2. This movie is just basically Five Nights at Freddy's 2. They got a bigger place. They got more cameras. It's more expanded. Yeah. And then Paranormal Activity 3. From Paranormal Activity 2 and onward, I don't remember much about these movies. But I do remember them being kind of okay. Paranormal Activity 4. Yeah. It's good. Paranormal Activity, the marked ones, aka the Spanish one. This one sets up a twist at the end that basically connects all the movies together, and I think that's pretty cool. Poltergeist. This movie recently got a 4K Blu-ray Ultra HD release, so that is awesome for people who love this movie. I actually do like this movie. It's pretty good. I don't remember much about this movie, but yeah. And then we have a double feature DVD, which includes Poltergeist 2 and Poltergeist 3. Yeah. I've only seen the first one. I haven't seen the second or the third one. So, yeah. Old. You guys saw me unbox this movie. I've been wanting this one for so long. And now I got it. I haven't seen it, though. Obviously, I haven't seen it, though. As you guys know, I'm terrible at doing things that I said I would do. Mandy. This is a crazy Nick. I haven't seen it. I've seen the beginning. I've seen a little bit in between, but I haven't seen the full thing. But yeah, this movie looks awesome. It looks so gory and awesome. They got a chainsaw in the movie, so when a movie's got a chainsaw, that it's gonna be a masterpiece. Deep Blue Sea. This is, after Jaws, this is one of the best shark movies ever made. It's so scary. The shark, like, okay, you can say anything you want about Jaws. I know, it's one of the greatest movies of all time. It's the best shark movie ever made. Okay. But the shark, you can kind of tell at times that it looks a little bit rubbery. Okay, I'm not saying I don't like the movie. It's one of my favorites of all time. It's a huge part of my childhood, I know. But there are times when you can tell that is a robot shark. This movie, however, the shark looks so real, you actually begin to wonder, is that a real shark that they're using? Is it? And I think that's part of what makes this movie so good. Jeepers Creepers. I haven't seen this one. But, yeah, I know the song, though. It's pretty good. Hostel. This is basically a ripoff. Well, not really a ripoff of Saw, but it like Saw basically spawned that torture porn type beat movies, and this is one of them. Hostel. Although I have heard that this movie is way gorier than Saw, and from what I've seen of it, yeah, it does look a lot more violent than Saw. We have the Rob Zombie trilogy, which includes House of 1,000 Corpses, The Devil's Rejects, and 3 from Hell. When was this Blu-ray released? 2020. Because 3 from Hell released in 2019. I mainly got this for House of 1,000 Corpses, but I'll check out the other 2, obviously. Father's Day, I do not like. This is the worst movie I've ever seen, man. Like, honestly, I don't. Alright, here's my gripe with this movie. This movie says that it's a Grindhouse movie. Okay, it's a Grindhouse movie, sure. But it's just so. It has nothing. You want a good. Like I said in my Hobo with a Shotgun unboxing, you want a good Grindhouse movie? Watch Hobo with a Shotgun. That movie is way better than this garbage. I only bought it because I thought it would be good and because the poster looked, the cover looked great. But no. And you want to know the best part about it is, it has the audacity to say that it makes Hobo with a Shotgun feel mainstream. Hobo with a Shotgun, like I said, is leagues better than that. So yeah. That is my rant. That is my mini rant. I'll make a full review on that movie one day. But God, man, the fact that it tries to talk like that about one of the greatest Grindhouse movies of all time, it just hurts me. Another Texas Chainsaw remake. This is Texas Chainsaw. I have a lisp now, guys. Texas Chainsaw 3D. Yeah, it's awesome. I think it's a remake. I don't know. I think people are saying that it's... From what I just read on the back, I think it's a sequel or actually the original. I don't know. Stephen King's It. I haven't seen the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, so I gotta get on that bandwagon. Stephen King's It, the original 1990 miniseries. I remember as a kid, Pennywise used to terrify me. Now, if I ever see him, I'm just gonna slap his forehead. Yeah, it's pretty nice. It's pretty epic. One of the first movies I ever bought at Walmart, too, so that one holds a lot of sentimental value. The It 2017 remake, this movie gives me a lot of nostalgia. I remember when this movie first came out, and it was super, super popular in 2017. People were going nuts over this movie. For good reason, this is one of the best horror movies. This was one of the best horror movies at the time, in an age where, like, there were horror remakes and just garbage horror movies out the bum. This was a very nice, distraction. I just realized, and I forgot, I have Red Dragon over there, if you can see right in between Godzilla and Goodfellas on HD DVD. That is Red Dragon. I'll put up the cover here. It's basically, I think it comes after Hannibal, and it comes before it comes before Hannibal Rises, so it's basically, it goes in between those two. So yeah, sorry I didn't include that, I forgot. I just now realized when I looked over there. Am I missing anything else? Because we might as well just show it. Nope, we got everything. It Chapter 2. A lot of people don't like this movie. I personally love this movie. It's so much fun. Yeah, it does overdo it with the jump scares sometimes. Oh, I also have The Ring right there. So, The Ring 2005. Yeah. A lot of people don't like Chapter 2, but I personally love it. It's so fun. Not as good as the original, though, but, you know, it does the job nicely. Hereditary. This is my favorite horror movie of all time. This is the scariest movie I've ever seen. I remember seeing it on Netflix at night. And whew, what a night that was. I was shaking by the end of this movie, man. This movie was so freaking good. Like, my God. And it recently got a 4K too, along with Midsommar, which was also made by the director of Hereditary, Ari Aster. So he is going to be the guy who saves the horror movie genre. So, yeah. And I really want to see Midsommar, but I haven't seen it yet. Friday the 13th 8-movie collection. This includes Friday the 13th 1, Part 2, Part 3, 3D, Final Chapter, A New Beginning, Jason Lives, The New Blood, Jason Takes Manhattan. Yeah, it's pretty... I've only seen the first one, and that one was okay. Yeah. Freddy vs. Jason. This is exactly what it sounds like. It's pretty much a crossover between Freddy Krueger and Jason Voorhees. Haven't seen it. The Rob Zombie Halloween movies, Halloween 1 and Halloween 2. And yeah, I've only seen the first one. I have seen the original Halloween. So yeah, and that one was pretty good. 4 movie midnight marathon pack. I sound like Bill from It when he stutters. This one includes Land of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Prince of Darkness, and The Serpent and the Rainbow. So, you know, pretty much zombie movies. 1408. Haven't seen it yet, but I remember when I got it, I was like, hey, Dad, is this a good movie? And he's like, oh, yeah, it's good. All right, let's just come over here. Here we have the Scream trilogy, Scream 1, 2, and 3. Okay, let me get something, like, out of the way from this movie. Why does every single fucker love this movie? Why? Every time I go on TikTok, I go on Instagram, I go on YouTube when it's Halloween, everybody has a Scream mask on. They're either talking about Scream or they're doing that bloody trend where there's this girl laying on the ground and the Scream guy comes up behind her and lifts her head and takes a picture of her, and they play that freaking song. I don't understand why so many people love this movie. I haven't seen it yet, so, you know, maybe my whole opinion of this movie will completely change. But I've never seen, not even Michael Myers, not even Freddy Krueger, not even Jason Voorhees, who are arguably more popular than than Ghostface. They don't even get the same traction that Ghostface from Scream does. And, like, I've always wondered, why does he get so... I do like the cover, though. It looks really nice. Why does he get so much traction? I don't understand. Like, wow. Whew, that is my rant of how much I've seen Scream. God, man, like, I've seen it everywhere. Alright, here we go. Now we're getting deep into my childhood. Saw. The uncut edition. I absolutely love Saw. At least when I was a kid. Nowadays, it's just another movie for me. But don't be mistaken. The first Saw movie is really good in my... What? It opened. This was one where it, like... Alright, so let me just pull this thing out. There used to be... As you can see, there's water in this thing, and there's a saw. What? All that crap at the bottom of the thing... That is pretty much, it was supposed to be fake blood, and the blood was supposed to be all over this cover, and you could basically squish it around and stuff, but since people have left it sitting upright on their shelves for years and years and years, the blood has all gone down into the bottom and just completely, it's not how it used to be. You can shake it all you want. But it does that, you know, you can do anything you want, but now it just looks like dirt in a plastic bag. Like, it doesn't doesn't look right. And now it's just a saw blade. Look, you can even see the blood stains on the saw. Now it's just a saw floating in a patch of water. That's pretty. I don't know, like what you have to do to get the blood to stay. Maybe you have to put it in the freezer. I don't freaking know. But yeah, oh, I broke it. But yeah, I've never seen a copy of this movie with the blood still intact. I broke it. You broke it. Bro, come on. Ugh. You know what? I don't care. Well, I do care, but we're wasting time. I'll fix it later. Just make sure it doesn't fall off my bed. Saw 2. Very, very nice sequel to the movie. I always cringed at this poster because this poster is absolutely, just the fingernails and yeah, This movie has a little thing here where it's dedicated to producer Greg Hoffman, who died shortly after the first Saw movie, I think, and yeah, that's kind of sad. The Saw 3 Uncut Edition, Suffering, you haven't seen anything yet. Whoop. Yeah, this movie is great. Yeah. As a kid, this was my favorite Saw movie, but now Saw 1 is it's my favorite Saw movie. It's it's pretty good. Saw 4, it's a trap. Yeah. It's Saw 4. And it's around this time when they introduced Detective Hoffman, which is my favorite character of the Saw movies. He's the best character ever. He should have appeared in Spiral, but I do not consider Spiral canon to the Saw movies anyway, so who cares? Saw 5. Yeah, it's pretty good. This is the last Saw movie I ever bought in stores. The rest I got off of Amazon. Saw 6. It's nice. A lot of people say this is the best Saw movie. Saw 7, aka The Final Chapter, aka Saw 3D. A lot of people hate this movie to death. I don't really mind that much. It's, for what it's worth, it's fine. Jigsaw. This was released in 2017. So, no movie will truly be the final chapter to a movie. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, the new Halloween movie is called Halloween Ends. It's not gonna end. That's not the... I guarantee you, I'm predicting it right now, there will be another Halloween movie in less than 5 or 10 years. I bet, less than 10 years, there will be another Halloween movie. I predict it. It's probably gonna be like Halloween New Generation or Halloween Resurrection. No, I think there already is a Halloween movie called Resurrection. But yeah. Jigsaw is pretty good. It's the last canon Saw movie in my opinion. And then we get Spiral from the Book of Saw. This movie is fine. I mean, I don't even consider it a Saw movie, so like there's so much in here that is not Saw. Jigsaw, the original murderer and everything, appears in this movie for like 3 seconds, and at that, it's just a photo of him. It's just a JPEG of him. So, like, dang. I'm gonna reach over here. But I understand why people do like the movie. It's not bad, alright? The movie's not bad. By no means is it bad. I just don't consider it canon, because it barely has anything to do with the original Saw movies. Here's Nightmare on Elm Street. Nightmare on Elm Street 1, Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Nightmare on Elm Street 3. What is the subtitle? Dream Warriors. And then The Dream Master. Awesome. This movie, oh boy, this is an important movie in my childhood. Jaws. This movie followed me everywhere when I was a kid. Like, I have a lot of love for this movie, and I haven't seen it in a long time, which is shocking. But yeah, it's really good. I will rewatch that one day. And then here we go. Ugh. The Jaws sequels. Jaws 2 is fine. Jaws 3 sucks. Jaws The Revenge sucks even more. Actually, I think Jaws 3 sucks more than Jaws 4, because Jaws 3 is so lazy. Like, okay, they tried to make it 3D. Okay, good for you. But the 3D looks so garbage. Like, bro, this movie, Jaws 3 looks terrible. Like, I feel like Jaws 3 is what really killed off the franchise. A lot of people consider it to be a lot of people say Jaws Revenge is the worst Jaws movie of all time. I think it's Jaws 3D in my opinion. But again, I haven't seen those movies in like forever, so you know. Apollo 18. This is a blind buy. Well, not really, because I knew it was a horror movie and I knew it's very, very scary, but I just bought it because excuse me, because I wanted another horror movie to add to my collection, and that was years ago. So yeah. The Exorcist, the version you never saw. I do have another version, which is the standard special edition of the movie, but don't know where it is right. It's up there, but I don't even. Okay, if you guys really want to see it, it's right up there. There it is. See, in between Winter's Bone and my other Friday the 13th copies. So yeah, a lot of people say this is the scariest movie of all time. I mean, it's in the running for it, but I haven't seen the movie in a minute, so you know. The Fog. This is a blind buy back years ago when I was a little kid, and I really haven't seen it. I think it's based off of the Stephen King book, and it's made by John Carpenter. Yeah. Ghostbusters. I get a lot of slack for people saying, that, this isn't a horror movie. Why do you have it in your horror movie collection? Because I can. No, I'm just kidding. Because it has ghosts, and it has, ghosts and ghouls and goblins, and it's been sold a lot around Halloween time. So that's enough for me to be like, this is a horror movie, alright? Get off my back. Ghostbusters 2, I haven't even seen the first one, so I sure as hell haven't seen the second one. This subtitle, Be Ready to Believe Us, that's always bothered me. Because, it doesn't sound... It sounds like broken English. They should have said, Get Ready to Believe Us. Maybe it's a quote from the movie or something that I have no idea about because I'm stupid. But whatever, man. Gremlins. I know technically this is a Christmas movie, but it has elements in it to also be a horror movie. So it's both a horror movie and a Christmas movie. And at that, it's a horror comedy. This is another movie that has followed me ever since I was a kid. Saw this movie years ago when I was a little kid, and I absolutely loved it. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Gremlins 2, The New Batch. One of them, as I said before, one of the few horror movie sequels that's actually pretty good. Yeah, this movie's okay. Obviously, it's not as good as the first, but they actually upped the craziness for that movie. Yeah. Sleepy Hollow. I have a friend who was talking about this movie, and they said how this movie absolutely traumatized them. So I was like, well, I gotta watch it. This is one of the old DVDs where the the widescreen and the scene selection was counted as a special feature. Remember when that was counted as a special feature? Now people don't even care about that. Now people don't even buy DVDs anymore, so that's sad. This is the last pile right here. Look at this pile of movies. Look at this pile of horror movies. Oh, I am so tired right now, guys, but we're gonna power through. Interview with the Vampire. I always mistook it as Interview with a Vampire. That same friend who was traumatized by Sleepy Hollow recommended me this movie, so yeah. I haven't seen it, though. X. This is the first movie in, who made this movie? T. West, I don't know his name, but he pretty much, spun a trilogy with this movie. So this is X, and then there comes up Pearl, and then Maxine is the final movie of the trilogy. So yeah, now I gotta complete this trilogy, man. There's a lot of movies that I gotta get, because there's a lot of sequels and all that stuff that I need to get. So yeah, but I haven't even seen that one, so who knows if I'm even gonna care about the sequels. Although Martin Scorsese did say that Pearl actually made it hard for him to sleep the night he saw it. So yeah, I think I will watch it, because if one of the best directors of all time says that a movie made it hard for him to go to sleep that night, then that means I gotta watch it. Shutter Island. Don't know that much about this movie, but unfortunately I do know the ending because it was spoiled to me by Oni Plays, of all the people. Return of the Living Dead. One of my favorite zombie movies ever. I unboxed this movie, so yeah. It's really funny. It's really fun. It's awesome. I love it. Us. This was directed by Jordan Peele, the same guy who made Get Out. It's right there. Yay. This movie is fine. I saw it a while ago, of course. But, yeah, it's pretty good. The Stand. This is the Stephen King miniseries. So I don't know if you'd really consider it a horror movie. You know, if we're counting shows, then I might as well show you all that I have the first season of The Walking Dead. So, yeah, that's something to behold. The whole thing, by the way, is 6 hours, 5 hours and 59 minutes. 6 hours, but somehow me and my dad both managed to watch this in one day. So that's wow, this video is almost at 40 minutes. This is the longest video I've ever made in my life. So dang. What is that? It's just some crust. Speaking of crust, here's Slender Man. And I don't remember much about this movie, but I do remember when I finished watching it in the theaters, I was like, because, you know, this movie is meh. Saw it when it came out. It didn't really tickle my funny bone, if you know what I mean. I'll never say that again. The Sixth Sense. A friend recommended me this movie, and I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen a lot of stuff, you know. The Lost Boys. This is a movie I've been wanting to get for so long. This also recently got a 4K release, but here I am with the standard DVD release. But that's fine. I don't care. I really don't care, because a lot of people have been telling me how much they love this movie. It's an absolute classic. So many people like rave and rant about this movie when it comes out on Halloween and stuff, and yeah. Like, even though a lot of people talk about The Lost Boys, it's still not as annoying as the amount of people that talk about Scream. And finally, we have The Road. I learned about this movie through Ryan Hollinger. I was about to say Ryan Rollinger. Ryan Hollinger, he's one of the best YouTube channels ever. He makes a lot of videos about horror, mostly horror and all that stuff. And yeah, he's a pretty cool guy, so go check him out. And with that, that is it, guys. That is my entire horror movie collection. I am tired right now. I am so tired right now, guys. So yeah, that is it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will be doing some more movies. I will be doing some more videos before Halloween ends, obviously. I have a lot of unboxings I have planned to do. Not a lot, but just a few. But yeah, I have like 1 or 2 unboxing videos I have planned. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye.